And we see a lot of people reading the back of the boxes, and they want to know about the fat. So does fat make us fat?
Sure. So, that would make sense, right? Unfortunately, dietary fat is different than the fat on our bodies. So anything that we're eating above our needs can be stored, and, that's where weight gain can happen. But it can come from a protein. It can come from, just excess of any food. So fats are like the eggs, get a bad reputation, a bad name. So it's really important that we have fats in our diet because it helps us to feel satisfied. Okay. So when we're eating a diet that's free of fat, we're going to be a lot hungrier, and that's going to increase portions of something else. So if we have a moderate amount of fat in our diet, that really helps us to feel satisfied. It also makes our food taste good. If you're going to eat more broccoli, if there's a little bit of butter on it or a little olive oil, that's fine. But if you're never going to eat steamed broccoli by itself, that's not doing us any good either. So I think being flexible with that, again, coming back to the portions, maybe it's a couple teaspoons here and there. If you're making a large portion for the whole family, maybe it is a couple tablespoons. But it's also really good for hair and skin and nails. Also to absorb the fat-soluble vitamins. So vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K, they're all fat-soluble vitamins. So we can be getting enough in our diet, but without fat, we're not going to absorb it. So especially because a lot of people are vitamin D deficient these days, I think, it's just another reason we need some fat in our diet. We can do it with olive oil or avocado, nuts, nut butters, some of these heart-healthy fats. That's going to help us to keep our cholesterol in check as well.
Right.
And what's a good rule of thumb? Like, how do I know if I'm hungry?
Sure. So we actually have this question on our paperwork when we get a new patient. And some people, I just get looks of like, I have no idea what you're talking about on here. It's just kind of, they don't really know what hunger feels like. So it's interesting. So if you're not somebody that really knows what your hunger is, that's a process. So we like to use a hunger scale. So we start at 1 being starving. So that's where you may have some physical signs of hunger, headache, fatigue. You're just not feeling too good. So we don't really ever want to be there, but not to say that it never happens. And then all the way up to a 10, which is extremely full. So if we can really work in the middle of that, that's where it's going to be the best.
Okay. And